Hey, beautiful soul. Alright, let's get into this reading. Spirit, show us the messages, the ones to come true for the collective. Please remember to keep an open mind, only take what resonates and let the rest go. Seven of Cups. Knight of Cups. Beautiful. Page of Cups. Wow. Wow, I need you to sit back and settle in, because we need to have a real unfiltered conversation about this specific person in your energy. Ten of Pentacles, look at that. Okay, I feel I need to get one more. Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay. I see you've been sitting there telling yourself that it's probably just you. You've been managing your own expectation. You're telling yourself not to read into things and rationalizing every single interaction. But I need you to hear me clearly right now, from the very beginning. You think you're the only one catching feelings. But behind that quiet, ultra-disciplined exterior, they want you 10 times harder. Yes, you heard me correct. They want you 10 times harder. And this is not a casual, low-stakes situation. This isn't someone who is just casually browsing their options or keeping you on the back burner. This is a high-stakes, unyielding obsession from someone who is used to holding all the cards, controlling the narratives, and calling every shot. And the fact like they have lost control over how they feel about you is driving them completely insane. They're out of their mind. Let's talk about who this person actually is, because their physical and mental presence is a massive part of this entire dynamic. Okay, I see this person, this is someone who is genuinely noticeably striking. Okay, they carry an intense, magnetic, physical, attraction. They have sharp features, immaculate posture. You know, they could be introverted, but they have this quiet authority that commands attention without them ever having to raise their voice. They don't necessarily announce themselves when they arrive. Like, they don't perform for the crowd. They don't chase clout. They certainly don't scramble for people's approval. They move through the world with a strict, almost military discipline. They go to work, they handle high-level pressure. They take care of their own responsibilities, and then they retreat back into their private world. They are built on routine, precision, and order. Most people only see the polished, impenetrable exterior, kind of cold, razor-sharp mind forged in demanding, high-intensity environments like, law, military, finance, executive strategy, or some technical leadership. To the rest of the world, this person looks completely untouchable. People assume they are unbothered, hyper-rational, and emotionless. But what the rest of the world doesn't see, and what they are trying to desperately hide, is that under all of that heavy composure, Their their internal world has been completely hijacked by one person, that is you. They didn't just notice you in passing. They have crossed a point of no return privately a long time ago. There was a specific moment, whether you realize it or not, where a switch flipped in their brain. They didn't just bookmark you as someone interesting. They crossed an invisible line internally where it became only you, specifically. Not a version of you, not someone like you, but you. And ever since that moment, every single time they observe you, the one thing doesn't fade. It doesn't level out, it gets worse. In fact, it gets louder, heavier, harder to contain. Now I started on like a purely physical level, and let's be completely honest about that. The very first thing that trapped them was your physical aura. Look at you, something about you, your hair, your eyes, your smile, the way you move, the way you carry yourself, and the effortless self-contained space you occupied grabbed this person's nervous system instantly. There is a specific feature on your face, especially your eyes, look at them, that they have clocked and replayed in their head more times than they would ever admit to a living soul. But physical beauty alone doesn't break someone like this. They have been around attractive people before, and that's not what ruined their composure. The real trap sprang when they started paying attention to who you actually are under the surface. They realized you carry a sharp, independent, and deeply authentic mind. You think for yourself. You don't recycle like popular opinions. You don't look around the room to see how people react before you form a thought. And you certainly doesn't string or perform when someone with power or status steps into the room. When this high-powered analytical person realized that you had the intellectual fire to match their frequency, combined with a quiet self-containment that completely ignored their status, it was game over. That combination of raw, undeniable magnetism and a razor-sharp, untouchable spirit hit them like a freight train. Now, their discipline routine is a total mess behind closed doors. I see when they close their eyes, especially at night, you are there with them. When they sit in high-level meetings, managing complex decisions, their mind drifts back to you, as if you're in the same room as them. I see their chest tightens, their jaws clench. The physical tension between you two is getting so heavy. It feels like physical weight is hanging in the space. Proximity makes it exponentially harder for them to stay composed. They catch themselves replaying, the eye contact or a mere 5-second conversation you had days ago. And they may have eye contact with you, and it may linger on a little bit too long. They may catch themselves clearing their throat when you step into the room, making completely unnecessary excuses just to get your attention. This person, when they are alone, they run whole private narratives in their head. And I'm not just talking about fiery, high-heat physical desires, though make no mistakes. Those thoughts are running simultaneously. I'm talking about deep, quiet domestic scenarios. This person, they imagine a kitchen where things are cozy. Like I picture a kitchen with those orangey low lights, a living room late at night, quiet Sunday morning with nowhere to be and no demands to meet, but just you nearby and everything feeling completely settled. You got the Emperor right here. This is a person whose mind is constantly racing, constantly solving problems, constantly carrying weight. Somehow your energy is the only thing that offers them absolute peace. They have been searching for that quiet feeling their whole life, and they recognize it in you instantly. So you ask, why haven't they made a full aggressive move yet? Why the hesitation from someone who is used to executing decisions without a second thought? Because behind that impenetrable powerful mask, this person carries a deep calculated caution. The card show a real wound in their past, in their history. Their generosity, loyalty, and deep feelings were taken for granted. They have been in situations, whether in love, friendship, or business, where they gave their absolute best to someone who just kept taking without ever returning it. And they learned it the hard way. They learned the hard way what it feels like to pour into a black hole and force them to build heavy, thick armor around their heart. They don't let people in easily anymore. They pause, they run quiet, extensive observation on people before dropping even an inch of their guard. They know their own devotion is vulnerability, and they refuse to let it be weaponized again. On top of that, they see exactly what you are. They know you are an absolute rare catch. And ironically, that awareness makes their fear of rejection massive. The higher they place you on a pedestal in their mind, the further the potential fall feels if they misstep. Losing your respect, making things awkward, or pushing too fast is a risk they are simply terrified to take. So they watch, they pull back, they sweat under their tailored clothes while trying to maintain that cool, unbothered posture. But every time you look at them with that calm, sovereign detachment, it drives them quietly, almost agonizingly out of their mind. What makes you completely irresistible to them? The core formula of your magnetism is your absolute lack of desperation. You don't chase, you don't perform, you don't do that frantic reaching energy that most people do when they want someone's attention. I see you're just so centered on yourself, moving through your life, focused on your own goals, holding your standards high. You've done the hard, unglamorous work on yourself. You've gone through periods where you had to make tough decisions about who gets access to you. You pull back from people who consume your light without honoring it. You chose yourself in the dark when it was hard, and you built a quiet, sacred confidence that doesn't need to shout to be felt. And when a high-powered control person steps into your presence of someone who's generally whole on their own, it creates this intoxicating pull, so irresistible. The fact like you don't need them is the exact reason why they want you so desperately now. Remember, you don't chase, you attract. You operate like the queen on your throne. And they are sitting there calculating how to earn a seat beside you in your kingdom. They're rapidly approaching the end of their watching phase. The internal pressure building on their ends is reaching an absolute boiling point. And the cost of holding back and staying silent is officially exceeding the fear of taking the risk. Look, they're ending the watching phase, and they want to show up with consistency. Something is shifting. A moment is coming, but very soon. A lot of you, where their composure completely cracks. Now something will be said. A boundary will be crossed. Yes. They're scared of your reaction. Some of them, they're scared you're too late. When this person finally moves, they do not do things halfway. They're very thoughtful. Okay, this will not be a casual, ambiguous, half-hearted text at 2 a.m. or a drunk call. This person does not do ambiguity when their mind is made up. When they drop the mask, they're going to move with absolute clarity, like this house over here, house by the lake. Maybe it's a sign for somebody. This person, they have good intention and highest hope, and they want to permanently claim you. They want to take you home. They have known you for a long time, that you are, probably they have known all this while that you are their entire whole world, and you are the rare one. You have always been a rare one, and they are simply not built to let something like you walk away. So continue to stand tall in your untouchable high frequency power. You have set the temperature in a room. Now just sit back, relax, lock in, watch them step up to match your energy. Let's pull some initials. A gold. I heard a song signed, sealed, delivered. You may comment below to claim this energy. Consider it signed, sealed, delivered, okay? By the end of this year, you're going to be enjoying this house by the lake, okay? So remember the comment. And I see gold right here. There's someone with real gold, substance. Gold, it means substance. So they're not going to play around. They're not playing games. They have real magnetism, presence, capability, ability to make you happy. You might be seeing 333, 2, 6, 7. A lot of blues. Maybe their favorite color is blue. Your favorite color. 2, another 3. Oh, I love this one. I have so much love for you in my heart. It doesn't fit. So this person, so much love for you. And all my life it's been a heartbreak weather. And it feels different when you're with me. So they're gonna heal your broken heart. And this is main character energy. This will be like the sun love the moon. Oh, sorry, the sun love the moon. Yeah, correct. Yin and yang energy. You are enough. You're enough for them. Ticket to happiness. Wow. They are your ticket to happiness. Remember to comment, right? You may comment ticket to happiness or sign seal delivered together. Yeah, together. Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Pisces, Libra. Seeing 2 could be 222, right? 9 or 6, 666. You or I. Leo, Capricorn, Scorpio. Seeing 5, 6 or 9. Wow, so many Scorpio. Alright, I guess I'll end here. Take care, guys. Remember to check out exclusive reading in my memberships. Thank you for those who already joined. I appreciate you guys. Love and light.